Welcome back to Wormhole Extremists. My name is David, and I'm with Yvie
Hello.
and Nicole.
Hello.
I am medium, Nicole is short, and Yvie is high. So, there we go. Now,
My posture's really bad. Sorry.
no, it's the height of the camera. So it has
No,
nothing to do with your
perfect
posture.
I never know. I never
But
know
seriously,
where it
start
needs to
doing
be
this, please.
positioned.
That's so funny.
I feel like we're doing like about to start
It's so
Charlie and the Chocolate
juvenile.
Factory song in a
It's so
I was
second.
doing it by
juvenile, I
myself,
love
and it
it.
just was not as fun. All right.
No, it's better if all of us are
Okay.
hopping.
Yvie,
Oh, dear.
you doing okay?
Yes, doing okay. As you guys know, I had my birthday over
Yes.
during the week
Was it good?
on Tuesday. Yeah, it was good. I did go to work, which I don't always do, but I figure I've kind of gotten to the age where birthdays just are kind of more and more depressing.
If you have something
to
to
get
do, then
older.
take off. But if you don't have something to do, then go to work and
But
get yourself a slice
it's-
of cake or something on the way home. That's how I've always
Exactly.
done it.
Well, I got myself a Polish donut because they were like
Okay.
one of my favorite things in
There
the
you
world,
go.
and the bakery is across the road from my work.
Perfect. Great reason to
And
go to work.
I called it by its actual Polish name, and the baker said, "Oh, are you Polish?" And I was like, "Oh, my mum is." And she's like, "Hmm." She like looked me up and down. She's like, "You look Polish." I was
So
like,
pasty.
"Oh,
I did
Happy
try to
birthday
edit
again.
a cutesy
thank you."
photo, but I spent about 10 minutes in CapCut trying to do it, and then got mad, and I was like, I'll come back to you later. And then I was like,
Oh.
it's now 10 p.m. Get on it. So
Yeah.
I was like, what am I doing? So yeah.
I hear it.
No, I really appreciated it. It was great.
Nicole, you good?
Yeah, my as I said before we started this thing, my dog's a bit poorly. Don't know what's going on. I spoon fed her dinner today. Like a
Oh.
baby because she
It's
wasn't
one lucky
eating it
puppy in some
out of the
circumstances.
bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
could take her
poor
to the vet
little
tomorrow
thing.
and hope she's okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm assuming she'll be
Hopefully
fine.
it's just some basic like
I'm
dental
scared of
work
that
that
thing
she
where like
needs
people
done.
go to the vet and then it's like, oh, your dog has like a week to live, and then they just put it down. So I'm just like terrified of that.
Don't
not
think
from
of it like
not
that.
from like teeth or gum problems. That's
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
not. Yeah, I
Yeah,
doubt
It shouldn't
that.
be. Yeah, it should
It's
be
not
an
gonna be a
easy fix,
problem.
but she might need to have a few pulled.
Jacob
Also-
Olehar's
yeah,
Polish
Jacob said something.
Polish is it Pasky? Polish Pasky are the best. Plural.
That's punchki.
Punchki. Punchki.
Punchki.
I don't see a punch in
Punchki.
that. But okay,
No,
I'll take your
I
word
don't.
for it.
I don't quite understand, but yeah, punchki are the best, and it's like a kind of a it has a plum jam in it in the center, but it's not very sweet. It's sort of almost a little bit
That's okay.
sour.
You enjoy.
Oh, I tried ube
I
for the
love
first
it.
time. That was delicious.
What? Ube?
Ube. Yeah,
Is that
it's
like a
purple
discount
sweet
diet
potato.
eBay?
Oh yes, the sweet potato. Yes,
I
I know
had
exactly
ube
what you
and
mean.
coconut ice cream the other day from my local ice cream place, and I
Yeah.
loved it. It was so good. So yeah,
Bad example, Nicole.
bad example.
Bad
Right, I've got a
example.
bad example.
Bad example.
So I've got a really pretty easy bad example as usual. Everybody, just like hold off on a second, but
Okay.
everyone's gonna get it pretty
Let
fast.
everyone
Okay,
get it. Okay.
Evie, you ready for this?
Yes, I'm
She's
trying to
not looking.
multitask. Yes, yep. Go.
Boom.
Okay.
Yep. Absolutely. Very. See,
yes,
if you're
okay.
too detailed, it gives it away. This is a
They are
good.
great.
Nicole, this
It's
is a
really
great example.
good.
This is not a bad example.
The crystals are amazing.
Yes.
I put
That's
a lot of work
is
Energy,
it Lazarus?
unity.
Lazarus, what
You
it
would
is?
describe
Yeah,
me
Lazarus.
thus.
You're
Yes.
one word off. Lazarus
Yeah.
is the second word. What's the first word?
Let's see who gets it first.
Um,
It's not hot.
cold Lazarus. Thank you,
Yay.
David. Thank you.
Come
You're
on,
just
no
gonna
one in the-
jump
no one
start
in the
my
chat is
brain at
grabbing
this
it?
hour.
There we
I
go.
was gonna-
Well, Lockwatcher says Crystal. Yes.
We all know it's that. I was gonna draw Jack passed out on the floor, and then I didn't because I was like, that's too much. That's too much. Also, I couldn't make yellow sand, so I was like, well, I'm sure you guys can see it. So
Thank you,
Uh,
Geniata.
my
Cold
brain is
Lazarus.
just like yellow sand. You can't make yellow sand.
I don't have
I
a
would just be
yellow
really.
pen.
No,
But-
I was just being really juvenile in my head.
That's fine. I thought I was like, we might not have time to do stuff this week, so I'm gonna make a better bad example. So, but I'll
You
do
did.
a worse example next time.
That's
so.
the idea. Do them bad. Do them
Dude, yours
badly.
is really
This
good.
is
The
not a
Michael one was
This is a
great.
competition to the bottom, not to the top.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have an email yet, Evie?
I'm trying to get it across to you. Sorry, I'm again quite bad with technology, and this
okay.
is on Google Docs, so I just
Okay.
Struggling. I think I've sent it over as a link, and I think you should be able to access it.
To David,
Fingers
to
crossed. When
my
Yvie
regular
does
or to my dial the
technology,
gate?
I panic.
It's your dial the gate.
Oh, okay. Let me switch over. There it is. Hello. So you want me to read this aloud?
Well, I thought we could read it as the two different characters.
Okay.
Because I've highlighted them in terms of which character is speaking. So the pink is the real estate agent. This is going to give away some of the plot. And actually, no, yellow is the real estate agent, pink is Tanith. So I guess for everybody in the audience, I was mucking around with AI on the weekend when I was doing my research. And I asked the AI if it could come up with a conversation between Tanith and some sort of planetary real estate agent trying to find him a new base. And it actually came out
from 48 hours.
For 48 hours.
This is his swan
it came
song.
out perfect, and Adam read it, and he thought it was really funny, and I only had to tweak the very last line that the real estate agent says. Otherwise, everything is exactly as the AI generated.
So you're going to do the real estate agent?
I can do the real estate agent in a very overdramatic, perky voice.
I think my Tanith is okay. I can probably.
Yeah, I don't
it.
want to. I want to observe and laugh.
Okay,
so.
okay, all right. Are we ready?
Yeah,
all right,
make
so
it very
kind of,
nasally and do something with it.
Well, I was going to try and do something with it, kind of like the tour guide in Stargate.
And we're rocking.
And we're rocking. So
all
I was
right.
going to do that.
There we go.
So, all right, ready? Okay. All right. So we'll set the scene. It's just on a planet.
And you're a real estate agent, and I am Tanith. Okay.
You are Tanith. Okay, so I'm just like, welcome to P3X116, Mr. Tanith. I must say, it's not every day we get to show properties to Guaworld system lords.
Spare me the pleasantries, human. Show me the features that make this rock worthy of my new base.
Of course, right this way. As you can see, the planet offers stunning open spaces, perfect for building pyramids, temples, or whatever evil lair your heart desires.
I require more than mere aesthetics. What of the planet's defenses?
Well, there's plenty of room for Jafar barracks and Death Glider hangars, plus the lack of nearby civilizations means fewer nosy neighbors to complain about the noise from those staff weapon target practices.
And what of this Stargate? Is it strategically positioned?
Absolutely. It's conveniently located with easy access to the galaxy's hotspots. Think of it as your personal excess express lane to conquest and domination.
Conquest and domination are indeed on my agenda. But tell me, is there room for expansion?
Oh, absolutely. The neighboring planets are ripe. You'll have an entire solar system under your thumb in no time.
Impressive. But I detest surprises. Any hidden issues I should know about?
Well, between you and me, the previous owner did mention something about an ancient curse, but I'm sure a powerful Guaworld like yourself isn't concerned with local superstitions.
Curses are no match for me. I shall consider this planet, but if I find your assurance is lacking, remember Guaworld do not take kindly to deception.
Understood, Mr. Tanith. We aim to please, and might I add, our after-sales service includes complimentary enslavement of the local population, should you find any.
Very well. Proceed with the paperwork, and ensure the enslavement is thorough.
Will do. And remember, if you refer another system lord to us, we'll throw in a complimentary planet-warming gift basket. Now, let's get that paperwork started, and we can begin your reign of terror in style, Mr. Tanith.
You and AI wrote this?
I wrote this mainly, yeah. All I did was tweak the final line.
David's Tanith acting was so good. I really like Evie's so bubbly, and David's just like, I hate everything.
I so hope I see Teal'c again. Everything is just like nice and warm and syrupy. Yes.
Make sure that you can conquer all those further lands.
Yes, I don't get overexcited at anything. All right, very good.
Did really well. I got so excited that I was like mixing up my words a little bit.
That's all good. That was fun.
I was trying not to laugh too loudly because I was like, I don't want to throw you guys
Oh,
off.
you did
so.
well, Mr. Tanner. Yeah, that was classic.
Okay, Adam.
Law.
Yes, you guys have the email?
I do.
Yes.
Okay.
Let me
I
sort
should
this
pull
out.
up his
Sorry.
notes. So
I know that he was not impressed with one of the images.
I know.
He had some problems.
yeah. Okay, I'm ready to go when you guys are.
Yep. Ready and waiting.
Let's look at Proving Ground now.
Okay. Oh my god, it's like a Pixar film.
We've got twins. We've got twins.
With their little warriors.
Oh, they're so cute.
Says Adam, this image is meant to represent Jack's view of the new recruits as still being just kids, merely playing with army soldiers, and therefore not ready to become a part of a team. I chose the Disney Pixar art style to drive home the childlike aesthetic. Yes, the foot looks like it was mangled in a car accident. I spent hours trying to get it to look vaguely human-shaped. I think he's okay.
Which foot is he talking about? Like
the one in the foreground.
It's a bit upside down.
Lower
Yeah.
left. It's a
I
fine
didn't even
foot.
notice.
It's not really that
Adam.
noticeable.
The kids are adorable.
Yeah.
So,
Excellent
absolutely.
work. I'd watch that movie.
Absolutely.
Absolutely,
For
so
sure.
would I.
And the toys in the background are really cute too.
Yeah.
There's kind of a
They
Dory
are.
there.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
That orange thing?
Well, the
It's got like a
small
long
blue one
arm.
looks like Dory.
Oh yeah, that
Oh,
is-
yeah, the
that is
small blue
Dory.
one looks like Dory.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Just
The
keep swimming.
figures,
I miss
right?
that.
Just keep swimming. Yeah, the figures are really cool. I really
Aw.
like them. The little action figures. So
Yeah.
it does look like Andy's bedroom.
It does.
Yeah.
Well done,
Very
I
Adam.
love
Story.
it. That's
Thank you, Adam, for
adorable.
that one.
You ready for the one that he's not happy with? I think it's okay.
Okay.
ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
Yes. There's nothing wrong with it,
There's
except for the mangled
absolutely
hand.
nothing wrong with it.
He says, I'm not happy with this image. I wish I had more time to develop it, but work has been very busy this week, and sadly I don't have all
It
Sunday like
has.
I normally would to tweak and
Yeah.
perfect. I tried so many ideas, including the well-known shot of Teal'c holding the big energy gun pointed at Tanith. I also tried having Sam rolling her eyes at Rodney, but it just was clear early on the AI was not going to cooperate. So with the lack of time and dealing with the AI acting like a fussy 2-year-old, like the other kids, this was the best I could manage. Not my best work. You know,
Man's got a lemon.
dude. You can't.
It's
you
so
only have
clear.
so much
But,
time.
like,
you can't
his
win them all. But you know
expression is
exactly who this
perfect.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
think if we
His
know what it
expression
is,
great.
then he's nailed it. So
Yeah.
I don't know what
He's definitely.
I just think he's so upset that
Yep.
he has a lemon. He sprouted extra digits.
Abs-
that's what his allergic reaction is.
Yeah,
Extra digits.
those fingers are still holding on there. I see, so to speak.
Mm.
All right, well done,
Wow.
Adam. I think they're good.
By
think
the way,
they're
Ian said
awesome.
Evie sold that house. I even thought about buying it. Dear oh dear.
See, that's the voice that I
Hilarious.
put on when I'm selling insurance in my actual job.
Absolutely brilliant.
Where's
Ugh.
this? Okay, so we're going to be
Right.
watching Proving Ground.
Which I'm quite excited about. We get to
Yes,
see
we
one of my favorite
are.
Cylons. Spoilers if you haven't seen Battlestar
Absolutely.
Galactica.
Yes, she's so young.
She
I mean, like we're all
is.
so young
They're
at
all
one stage, but
kids.
like,
Yeah.
they are.
Well, that's when she
children.
started Battlestar, so that's kind of crazy. So
Just a few.
Yeah,
couple
it would have
years
been
before.
just
Yeah.
before, yeah.
So,
and yeah, I
I'm
love
s-
Courtney. I think he does an awesome
Courtney
job.
is awesome.
Yeah.
Is Elizabeth? Elizabeth, yeah,
yep.
she's great.
Yep.
I have yet to have David or Grace on, but I'm working on it. So I
Lovely.
I
Okay,
invited
Grace.
Grace, and she
I would
was
like
too
cry.
busy, but she didn't say no. So her agent just said she was too busy at the moment.
Okay.
So-
okay.
I like
Well, that's
that.
promising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Let's go ahead and David pull up the episode. So, all right, you guys ready to go?
Yes.
Certainly.
Okay, Proving Ground in 5, 4, 3. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Wormhole Extremists. We're watching Proving Ground. My name is David, and I'm with Yvie
Hello.
and Nicole.
Hello, hello.
And let's see what kind of trouble these newbies can get into.
The cutest recruit who ever recruited.
They are
technically
awfully
incorrect,
lucky to have SG-1 doing this for them. You're talking about pulling the command, the frontline team offline to do a training scenario. This is the hardest pill that I have to swallow with this episode. There would be SG teams or mock SG units designed for this purpose to ingest new teammates with the occasional Jack O'Neill or Sam Carter to drop in. And I always that was my issue with this. However, I love the episode because we get to see them in a teaching role, even though it doesn't make sense, from a financial perspective to pull them.
My headcanon is that they had like to stay. They couldn't go off world for a while. There was some extra repairs or stuff going on in the base.
Maybe.
So
maybe they were just doing gate maintenance.
Reassign them. Yeah. There isn't really anything to hang it on in the script, but that does work.
Yeah, that's true. So a Redditor renamed this episode the one where the training exercise gets real, gets fake again, gets real again, then fake once more, and Minnie Carter was in on it the whole time. And then on Gate World, the writer of the review reviewed it and said the one with the nesting dolls plot, basically, was what she called it, because Proving Ground has layers of plots within plots.
True.
And also, I was going to say that this is a familiar
location
setting. It's the Port Main power station again.
Yep, sure is.
So we saw that in Tin Man, Watergate, and Beneath the Surface.
Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
We just saw a little hint there. Well, before this, obviously, that this isn't quite what it seems, because there was that telltale red glow at the base of the weapon's handle, which kind of gives it away, because we first saw these in Rules of Engagement. They were the go-to training weapons at Apophis's camp.
Yes.
And it also appears that the SGC has created a convenient pocket device that alters the user's voice to mimic a Guawul/Tok'ra.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, hearing Daniel doing Ghoul.
No, we don't.
Hard. I'm pretty into it.
And they all just let him take him out.
Yeah, it did.
That's probably Daniel's coolest moment in the show.
Yeah, it really is. Don't you guys find some similarities between the training scenario that they propose to the newbies kind of has some common threads with Desperate Measures, because there was also a presence of a road Guawul and kind of missing team members.
They may have been updating their training scenarios based on that.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. More headcanon.
I love this team.
Me too.
I love every one of them. I would have watched a show based on them at least one season.
Yeah.
Not a problem. So I love Grogan continuing to get fired. He's the first one to go down, and then when he's finally out there in the battlefield in the Sentinel, he's the only one who lives.
He's the only one who survives. Exactly. So this episode does guest star Courtney J. Stevens as Elliot. So this is a role that he reprises in Summit and Last Stand, and he also returns as a village elder in the Atlantis episode Childhood's End.
Karis.
And he's he's had a bit of a varied career, including a 4-year stint performing as a clown in Cirque du Soleil.
Yep.
And recently he's appeared in Frankie Drake Mysteries, The Boys, and even The Umbrella Academy. And also we have Grace Park, as previously mentioned, Satterfield. So this is her sole appearance within the Stargate franchise.
Too busy being a hot Cylon.
Which is kind of unlike the other recruits who sort of reprise their roles. And she's obviously, widely recognized for her roles as Sharon Valeri and Sharon Athena Agathon.
She was in Hawaii Five-0 as well.
She was, she was in 168 episodes of 5-0 and 87 episodes of A Million Little Things, which is sort of more recent. And also we have David Kopp as Grogan, and he returns for the Sentinel, as previously mentioned, and Elizabeth Rosen reprises her role as Haley, but she's now a freshly graduated Air Force Academy person, and she now holds the rank of lieutenant. And Michael Kopsa also returns as Brigadier General Michael Kerrigan.
Kopsa has passed away, and I didn't
Oh.
realize this until recently, but I would have loved to have had him on.
Oh,
So-
yeah, that would have been so
Do we
good.
know how he passed away?
I can find out, or I can try to find out.
So this episode actually won Andy Makita, the director, a Leo nomination
Okay.
for Best Director in a drama series.
Okay. Kopsa
And,
died of a brain tumor.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
awful. Oh,
Yeah.
rest in peace, buddy.
Absolutely.
Horrible. And this episode does actually share a couple of similar themes with the Star Trek Next Gen episode Lower Decks, which was also written by Ron Wilkerson. So in that episode, junior officers are placed in the spotlight as they speculate about the mysterious behavior of their senior counterparts.
I think in many respects, this is a better Lower Decks type of episode than the other guys is. Those are the other aspect of the team, the scientists. These are the military side of it. They're
That's a good point.
they
Yeah.
it's more serious, it's less comedic. In the Lower Decks episode, you know, they all had a piece of information of what was going on the ship, and they couldn't talk to each other about it, which raised the stakes between them as friends. I highly recommend the TNG episode Lower Decks. It is good sci-fi, and it's not
Okay.
warm and fuzzy at the end.
Ooh.
But there is a great scene that
Love
buttons
some
it up.
murky sci-fi.
It's very
Yeah.
good.
Warm and fuzzy.
One of the, yeah, I'm not going to say anymore. Go watch it. I think you'll
Okay,
be surprised. Yeah, and Lower Decks is a great. I enjoy the series. It's good. I prefer Prodigy more in terms of the animation style and the story. But
Right.
yeah, there's nothing wrong with them trying to. It's got a few good laughs in it. So.
Okay. To bear that in mind.
I love Courtney. Courtney, he's just
so
an
good.
amazing human being.
Yeah.
I haven't seen this episode in a while, but it is one of my favorite episodes of season 5, I think. So
I think it's like a sleeper episode. Like I didn't expect to like it, but I do quite enjoy it.
Well, if Courtney doesn't, because Haley is not at the center, you know, she's off
No,
the
she's
side,
not.
kind of pushing things around. If Elliot doesn't work, the episode would suck.
It really
I'm not gonna
would.
lie,
Yeah.
like he's in this one, and then he's in the Atlantis episode Childhood's End, and I love him in both. This
Yep.
guy can do anything, and I think
Yeah.
he's just excellent. You
Yeah,
know?
and you should see him, you know, when he's physically animated. I mean, his limbs are
Yes.
flailing. He's good. He
Yeah,
totally,
well,
it
that's
totally
what
makes sense
he-
that he worked with Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah, well, that's where he excels. You can actually see some of his images from his performance in Cirque du Soleil on his IMDb profile if you're interested. It's it doesn't look like him at all.
No,
You know what?
no, he disappears.
I would have
Very
really
over the top.
enjoyed seeing like Elliot become like, you know, Jack's kind of like work prodigy. You know, like I would have liked to see Jack kind of help him, mentor him to being, you know, the best that he could be. I'm really sad with what happens to him because I love him so
Yeah.
much.
I know. Yeah, I think he had a good arc, but it was very
Did. It
short.
was so short.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's kind of fun to listen to Haley speak there because her outlook has like completely shifted. Like
Yeah.
she's moved from being really cynical to like embracing optimism. And someone on Gate World said that they appreciated that Haley's character had been given the chance to mature and become less annoying.
Yep,
Yes.
yep. She saw.
For
She
sure.
she understood the stakes.
She
Yeah.
did. Yeah. Apparently this episode was actually running short. So the scene coming up with Jack and Sam and the Jello was added in after the fact.
And I'm very grateful.
This is a great scene.
It really
is
is.
fantastic. Well, Morena Kaufman in Gate World's review said that she was pleased to see Jack and Sam's effortless connection make a comeback.
Yeah.
And she pointed out that this scene showcased their familiar laid-back dynamic, which had been sorely missed. And I think that was a good
100%.
comment.
Just enough.
Yeah.
It's Morjana, and I haven't heard from
Morjana.
her in years. I don't know if she's alive anymore. So if you're out there, girly,
no.
you contact me. So
Hope you're okay.
This is one of my favorite.
This is so cute. The way they're smiling.
And the whole line, they're the future of the Air Force, the program, God help us, is just...
Yes.
Oh, it's so good. And their approach to instruction, they're both valid.
They are.
Yeah.
Good cop, bad cop.
Blue Jello.
A fine target.
The way that he's just making her laugh, and she's like, okay, but like let's try and be serious. And he's like, no, this is not, no. This is the kind of Sam and Jack dynamic that I think people like needed more of, because I think that like I started shipping this pretty aggressively. So cute. But I think that if there was more of this, I think that a lot of people would have gotten on board, you know, that weren't on board. Because this was missing, I think. So yeah.
You don't often see people eating on screen, and in this one and in the next one, they really do. Especially David Hewlett. He goes to town. I don't know what
I'm so excited to see David Hewlett eat. Oh my god!
I don't know how many times he ate, but I mean, he had to have not eaten the day before just to pull that off.
Yeah, I think I read somewhere, or it might have been in your interview with him, that he was talking about how many of those like nutritional bars he had to eat during Atlantis.
Yeah,
and he's like so much. I think he said so much corn syrup or something. Like it was just disgusting.
I would let David Hewlett eat me.
Okay,
that's a bit much.
On.
I love him, and I love these dramatic explosions.
You mentioned before, David, that you wouldn't have mind seeing like a spin-off series with these guys in it. So I think Courtney was saying in your interview that this episode served as like an in-series pilot to test if the 4 characters could lead a spin-off. And when that concept didn't materialize, their characters were integrated into like other storylines. But you said that you weren't sure, like you hadn't heard that before.
Did I tell him that I hadn't heard that before? Because I hadn't heard that before. I have heard a number of different instances over the years of actors coming to me and saying, yeah, they had me in this because they wanted to possibly do this. I mean, you may have been told that, but I don't know how certain that was true. I mean, recently, Peter Fleming, who played Malcolm Barrett, told me that Peter DeLuise had come to him saying, you know, if SG-1 doesn't materialize for a season 8, you know, they could have done a Malcolm and Sam spinoff show to go alongside Atlantis. And I'm like, A, that's amazing. B, I don't know how realistically true that was. So I have to check with Peter, first of all. But yeah.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, that would be interesting.
You know what? You know what, Yvie? I will.
Yes, please do, and get back to me with the answer.
Who was it that mentioned a heavy use of Steadicam in this episode? Which is they're really that's actually a very maybe it was Lockwatcher.
Well, that's Andy Makita, isn't it?
Yeah, there was heavy use of Steadicam in this episode.
Yeah, it's Lockwatcher.
Okay, thank you. Grogan down.
Yeah, once again.
They're actually really, in my opinion, looking back on this, making fairly rookie mistakes.
Yeah.
But like the initial one in the episode, you know, take them all out and sort it out later. Seriously, I mean, what other way is there to go? You know, disable them.
So when I was a kid, I was very surprised by this episode because I'd never seen a plot like this before. Because obviously Stargate was like a gold mine of new things for me.
True.
It's how I discovered so many cliches and stuff and everything. So so this episode blew my mind when I was a kid. But obviously now that I'm an adult, if I'd watched this fresh, I would have gone, hey, I can smell it from a mile away.
Yeah.
So, but I do. It's so much fun. I enjoy it.
So I was going to mention earlier, but I'll bring it up now. So in Courtney's Dial the Gate interview, he described Elliot as a character with big ambitions and strong morals. And he pictured Elliot as being a little bit naive and someone who maybe grew up idolizing superheroes and eager to do the right thing, even if it meant sacrificing himself. So obviously we do see this in Elliot's character arc because he goes from risking his life in training to making a final sacrifice and last stand.
Yeah. That device comes back in Heroes, doesn't it? It's the device that they're keeping an eye on and trying to get the information
It's
from.
very close. I wouldn't be
yes,
surprised if some of
right.
the pieces were using it, but Heroes definitely has the first version of a gold Malp. I wouldn't be surprised if some of these elements were used
I think that
in
they
it.
took the inside of it.
Yeah,
and
it's
then
entirely
used
possible.
that.
Yeah, whatever's left after it, collapses under the
Yeah.
stone wall.
Lockwater trivia. How long does an Intar hit keep someone out? I don't remember.
Well, we just viewed them
An
in
Intar hits.
30 seconds at least, but they're supposed to
Yeah.
continue to play dead. Remember in
Yes.
Rules of Engagement? So once you're
Yes.
down, you're supposed to stay down until the routine is over.
I guess a
Lockwater said
number
per
of
commentary. Intar hits keep people down as long as the producers need it to.
Ah, there you go. That makes sense. Perfect.
Exactly.
What were you going to say, Yvie?
Sorry. I've lost my train of thought.
It's all right.
I was going to
no.
say it would depend on. I think it would depend on the setting that it's on, because it obviously has a couple of different settings. So maybe the different settings, different strengths, and it'll be the different length of time that you're kind of like disabled for.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
where's
he died in that
Grogan?
explosion.
Oh boy.
Yeah, he did apparently.
See, that's
He
what I'm
got
talking
shot.
about. I find it hard to believe that he would have left him.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Grogan says that Jack shot him again.
Also, because this is obviously, they know it's a test, so he's going to leave
Yeah.
Grogan behind. That's not going to be an issue. But
Mhm.
in
Yeah.
reality, he wouldn't do it like that,
So Morgana Kaufman said that
Morjana.
Jack's cell phone Morjana.
Mhm.
Sorry, I
It's
will
all right.
continue to butcher her name. I've even spelt it phonetically and I've still mispronounced it. I'm so sorry, Morjana. She said that Jack's cell phone was the first note of implausibility in this episode, and questioned the likelihood of Kim carrying a phone during a training exercise and not turning it off. But that's just her opinion.
Yeah, but isn't this
There's-
planned? Like he's supposed
Yeah.
to get his
Right,
own
exactly.
call,
Yeah.
That's what she's saying is that it's her first indication that it's fake.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And considering how they just failed, I would not, take this team looks promising. Let's occupy the entire SGC, at least for certain levels, for a whole day. That's millions of dollars in their training.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. And especially if they're not going to make it as well. Like,
Right.
Yeah. So we saw just Jack like exchanging the cartridges in his weapon. So it looks like they've modified their pistols to accommodate both the cartridges from the Intar for training and standard live ammunition. So I guess this makes it more like interchangeable depending on the scenario.
Oh, we know foothold. Uh-oh.
Yeah, we do. God, this whole team is quite adorable. Like the younger generation of like SG-1, like in that 200th episode. Like these guys could have done a version of it here.
So someone online, it might have been on Reddit, said that this was kind of like they called it a goof, but I don't think it's a goof. They're like, well, why did Jack hold the bandage to the fabric of his shirt and not underneath?
Yeah.
But like, it's not an actual injury, it's a fake injury.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
God.
Oh, the
You got
face.
Cylon on your side. You
got this, boo.
Yeah, you got this, boo.
Let her find her strength, and you won't need anyone else.
Yeah.
Exactly. She'll take on the whole army.
Ah, the good old
So
Cheyenne
it's-
Mountain secret hatch.
Exactly, the
Yeah.
access shafts. So it looks like that they've upgraded with those electronic locks since Sam's escape and Foothold, because they even went back and viewed it, and there's no lock.
It wasn't
on the
there.
outside
You
of
know, they just went
Foothold.
in and out as you please.
Yeah.
Sure did. Story point.
I don't know, it's something really aesthetically pleasing about him like doing that. Like for some reason, it just like tickles my brain because he puts a little
he's got
thread
very
through
nimble
and then does that.
fingers.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know, like he could do ASMR pressing buttons. I don't know why.
I'd watch it.
Oh yeah, we could watch it together with some ice cream and some Oreos.
Also, this is the first time that I think we're told that Carter's lab is like specifically on that sub level.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's a long way down that ladder.
Yeah, I was gonna say my legs would be
Mhm.
killing me. I don't.
Yeah,
get
well, that's
any
why he's leaning
exercise.
against the ladder in the background because he's tired.
He's getting on. The legs don't work as good as they used to.
Yeah.
I love the way they can just get away with just slapping like, level 19 on stuff and just be like, yeah, we're on this level now. And it's
Movie
like,
magic.
Yes, same level.
Yeah,
movie magic.
exactly. We don't question it.
Yeah, because isn't that the gate room at R3?
That's correct.
Yeah.
We are
not today, it's
being
not.
watched.
Yeah. Getting the real guns out.
No matter how many times I watch this, I still can't help but poke holes in this training scenario.
Yeah.
When someone gets shot, I keep thinking that, they've got that they actually shot them with a real bullet, and every time I have to rewatch it and figure out, okay, how was that not actually harming them?
Mm-hmm.
So
Are they just firing
mainly
blanks and no one realizes?
No, yeah, they are firing. They're not firing actual weapons. They think they are. It's specifically when Haley takes out that guy.
Okay. Maybe that's what
in
it
the
is.
hallway,
Yeah.
and she said that's my first kill, basically.
Yeah.
And that looks kind of real because he's got blood and everything, but I'm assuming he's okay because they weren't actual weapons. They just thought they were.
I feel like for the first kill, they wanted to make it extra dramatic, so they were like, "Let's put a
Sure.
blood
I'd say
in this
so.
guy." I like this episode because, like, not only do we have the, the recruits being cutie patootie and learning, but it also has Sam and Jack being, cute, and then Teal'c and Daniel
adorable.
being cute as well.
Yep.
Oh, the whole thing over the phone. Good luck, Daniel.
Oh my
Here they
god,
come.
that scene over the phone.
He just kind of hangs up on him.
Chemistry is
exactly.
so good.
I love
and
that
then
so much.
the
It's
window
like
of
the best
opportunity
part.
music starts playing when he's on the
true.
phone to him,
That's
and just
true.
to add that little bit of fun. So
So much for
yeah,
passwords.
that cheeky music.
Yeah.
No computer passwords.
So I'm assuming this active Stargate is part of the scenario.
Yep.
Not just like a poorly timed outgoing wormhole.
I think they mentioned something about someone coming back, don't they?
They do, but I think that's later on.
Yeah.
Because Jack calls one of them over the walkie-talkies or whatever.
Yeah.
And says, get out of there. And that was because there was a team returning after there was they were getting shot at off-world or whatever, and it was an emergency.
Or Daniel going to go and pretend to be evil. It's so cute.
Yes, it is.
It's adorable. Like me and Satterfield have got something in common. We both have a big crush on Daniel Jackson. But first thought, we gotta save him. Like, yeah, boo.
Of course.
I'm with you.
And then she like shields him with her body when she thinks that it's going to explode.
So cute.
It is. And then he gives her that little cute nudge to say thank you.
Oh, it's so even cuter. I know. Oh my god.
And she practically melts into a puddle.
Yeah, love it. I'm realizing Grace Parks has great chemistry with everyone because, like, my favorite thing about Battlestar is like her relationship with Hilo and her relationship with Chief. So, like, she's just she's a great actress.
Yeah, I love her with Hilo.
Can't wait to see him in season 6.
That's right. Yeah. Did you see my interview with him?
Yes.
Yeah, he was awesome.
I watched it with my dad actually because my dad is a big fan of Battlestar.
Okay. Robin Christensen, as I remember, she did actually shoot him with right bullets, cause the training thing went a bit wrong. Think Jack mentions it. Yeah, that's where I get confused.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Let's wait and see, Robin. You might be right. Feel free to tell us we are fools when the time comes.
Elliot's already suspecting something.
Yeah, it's a bit smelly.
I don't know. Yeah.
They're conveniently avoiding everybody.
Yeah. bit sus. They walked around that corner very
Uh-oh.
brazenly.
They did, yeah.
That was
They weren't being
bad
very careful
moves.
at all.
No. I would hate to be a guard in like any scenario. You're always one that's going to get like just, knocked off. No one wants to be a guard.
Yeah, David DeLuise came on. He was like, I really hope they give me something more than soldier number 2.
Soldier number 2. Just gonna be admiring every little thing. And he touched
honestly, this would be me. Sorry,
is that
me having a
ball?
crush on these people?
Is that ball on the background? Is that the one that Linnea used?
Yes, it is.
On the prison planet.
I was about to say, yeah, that's the Destroyer of Worlds bowl.
Ooh.
That's the bowl she uses.
Did Daniel just like strap that to his person to bring it back?
Maybe he wanted to like remember making out with her. Like he was like, let me keep a memento of that woman that I kissed, but also tried to murder me.
See the blood.
Yeah, there is blood there, but I don't think it's
blood
real.
Pouch. I don't think it's
Yeah, I
real.
think it's a I don't
This
think
is
it's real.
awfully coordinated then.
Yes, very.
The way she's like, oh, I had no choice. Like very quickly, she like snips to it, and then they walk away, and it's just like,
Yeah, and he supports the move as well.
I love that though. Like, what a supportive boo. Elliot is the cutest. I have a crush on like everyone in this episode. So
Nicole, are you ready? Are you ready? Because they are about to reference like your favorite episode.
Yeah,
Argos. So like,
I forgot to mention the nanites.
Yes, just add in like a reference to Bane and like a fish person, and you've got yourself like a hat trick.
you got like the whole Nicole trifecta of Stargate. Oh. Yes.
So I guess
so good.
I guess it's safe to assume that the recruits have been given access to some of like the SG-1 mission reports.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because they've referenced a few.
Yeah, they would be studying the frontline unit for sure.
I love when Argos gets mentioned, like because of the nanites, it constantly comes up. It's like you guys will never escape me loving Brief Candle.
Nope, we won't.
No, it's hard to forget.
But we can try. Oh. Yep. He suspects something.
Dear oh dear. Oh look, that's what Jack's blood looked like.
Yep, that would be a sample of his blood, I think.
Oh yeah. I bet he's looking at it thinking, oh god.
Doesn't he make a mention? Doesn't he mention the experience?
Yeah.
He's 100 years old at the time the memory's first to go.
Gonna have to take out Daniel Jackson.
Exactly.
So Adderfield can go hang out with her crush. You can't see me, but I just put my hair behind my ear, like all coyly, like.
Of course you did.
Yeah, no one can see it, but I did it.
Another day at the office.
Yep. I would not like the SGC to be my office though. The amount of like almost death that happens. Just
yeah.
Yeah, that really happens in insurance too.
We have it nice and easy.
Here they come. Now we know something is up.
Mm-hmm.
Ian said, I think it's Daniel that puts stuff on full power because he wants revenge on Jack, does he?
No, it's the other way around.
Yeah, Jack tells them to put everything on full power.
Because he says that Daniel's had it too easy.
Yeah. But if he wants like revenge, I don't know if he ever gets revenge on Jack for that in a minute. But I don't think he does. But I'd love for that.
I just remember they do mention that they do this from time to time, these scenarios. So
yeah.
They do, yeah. It's like every couple of months or something.
She's actually quite tall. Is Grace Park taller or is everyone just really short?
Well, I know Elizabeth Rosen's very short.
yeah. Grace is 5'9".
Oh, okay.
That's all right, actually. Yeah, she's quite tall.
Amanda is 5'9".
Yeah, I think she's quite tall as well. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, she's just flying by the seat of her pants.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't buy it. And there we go.
Lewis Cox said, I feel like they should have had some sort of Stargate Academy, or at least in the future or something like that. I would like a TV show of like a Stargate Academy.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
There were scripts written.
Yeah. Oh, love that. Look at them remembering the past. Just being like, oh, lucky me, cute. Oh, yes, Matt. It's so. Look, I appreciate it now. Like they go way back to like last season, and it's cute.
Yep, absolutely.
God, everyone is so cute this episode.
Well, just wait for this bit with Jack and Sam.
Like, I can't. I'm like actually just like losing it. This is hilarious.
Whoops.
At least he's not dead.
Exactly.
We don't need to add another one to the tally.
No.
Yeah, you can't get her to do it. She'll give him a comfy pillow and really like look after him.
She'll like, he needs
Rock-a-bye,
mouth-to-mouth
Danny.
resuscitation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is cute. I love that he's trying to help her, like, don't touch him too much. But then he like bleeds all over a lab. So cute. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Daniel's had it so
See, there
easy
you
on
go.
this one.
I love the way that they just like, it's just, this is why I like the show. The chemistry is chemistrying, like all of them firing on all
Oh,
cylinders.
yeah.
They're using the music window of opportunity.
Oh.
They just used it. Sorry, David.
So
They
it
just
would
used
seem
it.
that
okay.
since Prodigy, Kerrigan here has been clued into the
He sure
Stargate
has.
and the SGC
Yeah.
within the past year. So probably as the program began like incorporating, Academy graduates, I guess.
Is
so
he not a
someone
higher
on
rank
Reddit-
now?
He's a colonel,
Okay.
I think. Yeah, so someone on Reddit said that no, he's a general. Anyway,
He's general, yeah.
someone on Reddit said he went from deep space telemetry
Right.
to same wager as last time, George, like really quick.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's quite cute though.
Yeah.
So I just want to say, Michael Copser, rest in peace. You were
Mm,
fine. You were a beautiful man.
yeah.
Like, wow. I feel like now that I'm older, I can appreciate the handsomeness in these individuals even more.
My money's on Don.
Yeah.
Aw.
Oh, these people
The-
are both
like those
gone.
broad shoulders.
This is so sad.
I know, it is awful.
We all gotta go sometime.
So they did actually mention the off-world training facility in next year's budget, is what Hammond said. So
budgets.
I guess that's kind of like moving on that proposal from 2 years ago.
They're
from,
expanding.
Shades of Grey.
Yep.
Yeah.
The program's getting bigger.
And they just mentioned SG-3 being a Marine unit,
Yes.
which was first established in Broker Divide.
Yes. And their leader was a naughty boy.
Mm.
50 Shades of Grey episode. Can't help but call it that. It comes out.
Mm.
Oh, this is so cute.
I know.
Yeah, because you're in the comfy chair. Look at
The,
Teal. What the heck?
The great scenes
Yes.
coming up, guys. I'm excited. Yep, this phone call.
So good with the window opportunity music. Yeah.
Well.
The slowly putting down the phone with no expression is like
And then the
best
shooting
part.
immediately after the time. The show has comedic timing down.
It does. It really does.
Like they're all just so funny. Like Teal'c hasn't really done much this episode, but even just
No,
that
he
brief
hasn't.
moment was cute and funny that he was like protecting Daniel, and they're just sitting there, just gossiping and playing with Hammond's office. It's
Yeah.
like, okay.
Yes.
Teal'c's trying to hide from those from getting conscripted to go up and do a talk for the boss.
Yes.
Yvie's meme this week.
Oh, zatted.
Oof.
Oh,
Oh, no.
Dr. Jackson, like all flirty.
Boom.
And then,
Yeah.
ooh.
I'm so sorry. Oh, that's so,
So cute.
cute.
I love that they're like, yeah, this is fake C4. It is clay.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, because it's clay in real life.
That's correct.
So it's like, hey,
Plastic
easy peasy.
explosive.
Yeah.
He's all tingly.
Yeah, he really is a fine target, isn't he?
Pins and
He's
needles.
been shot so many times.
I love the way that like she only goes to save Daniel. No one else is going to get saved from that mini explosion. Just Daniel.
No, and Teal'c, like Teal'c's literally closer to the
He's
blast
in front of it.
Daniel is. Yeah.
She's just so, obsessed with him and his adorableness. Who wouldn't be?
She's covering his face.
With her crotch as well. It was very close.
Sure,
I was like,
yeah,
oh my
true.
goodness, back up. Very conveniently close. What irritates me about this is that there's a big window where you can see everybody in that room, but they didn't pan up at any point to see anybody in the window. They all just backed out and went around. Because if she just looked through the window, she would have seen Jack just sitting there. I remembered it was Clay. Look at me, remember.
See, there you go.
Add it to the trivia.
So the next part coming up is what I really have a hard time buying.
Yeah.
Because it
yeah,
counts
the fake
on
out.
Elliot stealing a card off of Sam in order to get back down there and taking the initiative.
And you don't think that he has it in him?
I do, but
It's a very specific detail
it's
that needs to happen for
that
everything
needs
else to fall
all
into place.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mate, you got shot
Yeah.
again.
Shot in the ass.
Oh, this is also cute.
I would have gone beetroot red if I was her.
Honestly, just being in the vicinity of these people, I'd be beetroot red. Next episode, we got McKay. I'm gonna like die inside.
Oh, I love him. Yeah. Oh, I love David Hewlett more than
I love McKay and David Hewlett. I love them both in equal measure in their own ways. What I really don't like here is her fall. That's like my biggest thing. Is I feel like this fall is a bad fall. Look how bad this fall is.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not too bad.
Nah.
She kind of like
she
went
conveniently
weak at
fell
the knees.
so that her like knee would be like
Yeah.
It's just me being picky. I remember when I was a kid and I watched that and I was a bit like I was like I don't believe
Right.
that fall because
Yeah.
it
I
was a bit
understand.
yeah. It's always stuck out to me. I think I'd wish that they'd like put a proper mat down so that she could like fall properly, like backwards, and then they just hid the mat so that she would just fall with it more realistically.
Yeah.
She's dead. Definitely dead. Love that. The attempt
Ugh.
of
Because
acting.
he of course knows exactly how much radiation is
Yeah.
coming through.
Yeah.
But if she really is dead, there's no reason to go out there and get her corpse. So that I just have issues with this. It just felt like the episode was under time and they added another loop at the end.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Pushing that damn finish line. Avatar PTSD.
She's very smart, sir.
That's very high.
And what if Elliot doesn't go through with this? What if he goes up there with
this
him?
whole
Like,
scenario
okay, this thing
is just
Yeah.
hoping that he'll disobey orders to potentially get himself killed just to drag somebody back.
And that he has the
Yes.
reflexes of a gypsy.
Yeah.
Or a circus performer.
Or a circus performer. That too, yeah. It'd be one thing. I could understand it'd be one thing if he could make it down there without the access code, that he could just walk in. But like, this is just... Yeah.
Anthony said,
Did he
how did Elliot
pickpocket
get
her
Sam's
like
card?
in the lift?
Yeah, I'm assuming
Yeah.
he pickpocketed her. But like, how?
Yeah, there's some pretty nifty sleight of hand going on.
For sure.
Like he's in the background just watching this, being like, "What are they gonna do?" Like he's like him and Hammond are probably just sitting there, being like, "Who's gonna win the big butts tonight?"
Yeah. Who's buying the first round?
I like that he like looks.
He
at the
doesn't
camera,
really
he's like,
try
"Nope."
very hard. He just,
Nope.
I'm ordering you, and then just
Yeah.
gives up.
The actual test here is to know, I guess, when to disobey your commanding officer.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I have
that's
all
the
kinds of
thing.
problems with this.
Yeah, I was gonna.
I think that all this is
bring
showing
that
is like
up.
his integrity as like as a person who wouldn't leave people behind, but then like he's not going to follow orders. So
Yeah.
it's like basically how much like SG-1 can he be is the
I suppose
question.
that's true.
So
I'm supposing that's a portrait of General Ryan behind O'Neill.
I'm assuming.
Yeah,
so.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is what he was going in there for. He was going in there to shut the gate. It wasn't
Yeah.
about Haley already being dead.
Yeah. But like they expect him to go and do all this and like go
Yeah.
get her and show this much concern and do this. It's like
So Courtney commented on this scene in his interview, mentioning that he was quite lean from lots of marathon training at the time and not
Yeah.
super
Was ready.
hefty and strong.
Oh,
So
no,
he
he
said
wasn't
that
ready.
you can even see Haley pushing up on her foot to help him like lift her off the
She's
ground.
so small already.
Yeah, she's tiny.
he's so sweaty. He's like, oh, it's too much.
They would have had to have ran out of that observation room, right down
I
that
know.
elevator. There's a lot of
Yeah.
things that, you know.
So yeah, what I was going to say is that on Reddit someone commented on how this episode seemed to send the message that disobeying direct orders
Yeah.
could lead to acceptance into the Stargate program,
Yeah.
and it's sort of more of a notion that felt inconsistent with Air Force values. And they
Yeah.
said that while SG-1 often defied orders, those actions were typically justified, whereas this episode appeared to encourage insubordination as a standard.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
It's
another
That's a
fan,
fair gripe.
yeah, it is. And another fan suggested that the episode's portrayal of Jack's tough stance on recruits stems from his own self-criticism and inability to accept failure, compounded by his complex about leaving people behind, a reflection of his own past
Yeah.
experiences. And they believe Jack is projecting his desire to be the perfect soldier onto his recruits, but
100%.
ultimately he comes to terms with the inevitability of mistakes and
quite cute
recognizes
ending.
his own arrogance mirrored in them.
Yeah.
I think Joe Malozzi has called this episode one of his least favorites because he had
Whoa.
concerns from it from beginning to end.
Yeah.
And his main criticisms were that it doesn't focus on the show's main characters and features a twist that seems like too predictable for seasoned TV viewers.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Kaufman compared this episode to cotton candy in her Gate World review. She sort of described it as very satisfying, but not very filling, which is a pretty apt description.
Interesting.
And someone on Reddit proposed that a decade after this episode, SG-1 could be composed of Haley, Clone O'Neill, Cassandra, and Ryak.
They sure could.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have talked about that.
Yeah.
All right, gang.
I think that is an okay episode.
Yeah. It's just, it's cotton candy. I kind of like that. That's really good.
I
Yeah.
think that's a very good review term. I think I'm going to use that going forward for certain episodes that I feel that kind of way about.
Sweet,
so.
but not filling. Yeah.
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 Proving ground, everyone. Okie dokie. All right. How shall we rate this?
I'm really confused.
Who wants
Like-
to go first?
I'll go ahead and go first. It's been a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is a 3 for me. The guest stars are on point. They are. It is exceptionally well cast. There's plenty of playfulness between our characters, and the action is good. The Steadicam work is good, but the plot holes are semi-truck size. And I have it's a lot of, even like watching it now, I've probably seen the show 10, 12, 13 times at this point.
Yeah.
I still have to go through and watch it going, I don't really know how I feel about the logistics of what I'm seeing. And that's how they took care of that. And that's right. They did kind of explain it away. After the 12th or 13th viewing of this should not be happening. And it is. So I give it a 3.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Technically would not recommend.
I'll go next, I think, just 'cause I've got a bit to splurge, so I'm gonna let it out. So with this episode, I just want to say that obviously I was a kid when I first watched it, so to me this like blew my mind, and like annoyingly, but it's gonna happen. My previous love of this episode is like never gonna die, no matter how many holes there are in it as I get older. Additionally, this was also part of in the DVD collection. This disc featured this episode, 48 Hours, and then one of the best two-parters Stargate has ever put out there. So I rewatched these 4 episodes repeatedly because my DVD player lost the remote and I didn't have buttons.
Oh.
So I'd put it in and just press play, and I'd rewatch the 4 episodes over and over just to get to the last 2. So I've seen this a lot.
Wow.
So it was my favorite disc of the whole season 5. So I've got this has like a special place in my heart. I think the chemistry is chemistrying. I was like, oh my god, about like everyone. Like I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how I didn't end up like bisexual, because I feel like this episode should have given me like that kind of panic because I'm so into everybody. I don't know how I came out so straight. So I think that for this episode, I'm gonna give it a 5 because I love it. With all the holes, I love it. It's just a good time. Stargate has lots of holes like cheese, and that's okay.
Swiss cheese.
The Stargate is one big hole, basically, right?
It's one big hole. Lots of wormholes. So the apple's gone. So yeah.
Okay, so for me, I think it is a good time. And as Kaufman said in her Gate Worlds review, it's not very filling, but it is a good time. So I think I would probably be leaning more towards a 3, because it doesn't really have a lot of meat to it. It does have some holes, definitely. It doesn't really bring up anything that we need to know for future episodes. I do really, really enjoy Courtney's portrayal. I think he did such a good job as Elliot, and I do like his return in the later episodes too, even though it's a very, very sad ending. The other guest stars were good as well. I think a 3 is enough.
You are correct that the guest stars are what are heavily leveraged here. This is ultimately a conclusion to Haley's story and a beginning of Elliot's story.
And Elliot's story is
true.
Yeah, and I love and
it's
Grogan
like
as well.
passing the baton.
Right.
Yeah.
So there is a bit of that that they didn't really know they were doing at the time.
And an introduction to Grace Park, one of my favorite Cylons.
But there's just not a lot there, I guess, to really pull apart. Like, there's not a lot to digest. It's just a fun episode. Yeah. It's a training episode. It's just a fun episode. But yeah.
Okay. All right.
I definitely let my fun take over sometimes, like Brief Candle. Like there are episodes where I'm just like, this people may not like it, but how dare you? There
I have no comment.
That I just like from my childhood. They still mean the absolute world.
That's great.
Sure, that's fine. That's fine.
Absolutely.
Because like a lot of the time we will attach like a personal own situations to these episodes. So yeah,
and our own preferences for storytelling.
I appreciate that. Yeah.
I feel like we mostly agree with Stargate, but there are some episodes where we're just like a bit off, where it's like you can really tell where our preferences are coming out.
And I frankly wished it happened more often that we disagreed. If I'm going to be perfectly honest,
let's
because I
just
think
try.
it would be
I'll
more
try and
interesting.
disagree harder.
You know what? You do that. Damn it!
Damn you, David!
Damn you, Nicole! Read what everyone else thought. Damn it!
Evie, you're good.
Double dumbass on you.
Yeah, me. Anthony said this one's a 4 for me. Jed Ted said 10 out of 10 acting from Cadet Haley. Yeah. Gecko Fett said 4 out of 7 for me. Jean Diada said, I can only give this 1 chevron. It would be a complete failure to activate if not for the fun scenes of SG-1. Oh.
Some people just don't care for this cast, and
that's fair.
you're gonna eventually come across those people.
Lockwatcher said I would give it a 3. I feel like I'm going to be the outlier. Lockwatcher said I'll give it a 3. Just a fun classic Stargate episode. The far-fetched ending and some other parts left holes big enough for even Teal'c to fall through. He's a big guy. Ian said I would say 4-2. It's a nice change seeing the training, and I thought it was a fun episode. Shimmering Victoria, it's a 3. It has some good humor, but it's not one I've ever sought out. Damn Ben, 1. It's not what Stargate is for me. Jacob, 4 chevrons. This episode is good. Is a good deal of fun, but also painfully unbelievable. Hasn't aged that well neither. As I aged too. That's fair. The guest stars are great though, and the humor is on point. Yes, that's what's carrying it for me.
Yeah.
Lockwood said training or otherwise, it seems nuts to allow any weapon that can take real rounds or intar rounds in the same weapon is insane. That is one of the biggest plot holes in the episode. It does that. Hey, we've got one person agreeing with me. Robin Christensen. I'll give it a 5. Nice. Oh no, Becca and I are on point again. We haven't been on the same level in ages. Becca, I agree with you today, Nicole. Yeah, I know it has holes and I'm not keen on the end, but I can't help but love it. Becca, we need to hang out sometime. Candy Mitch, 7, other than on here. Jed Ted, 6 chevrons. Love more Jennifer Haley. Yes, I really liked her.
I adore her, Elizabeth. Yeah.
Yeah, and Elliot is coming back later. Grown's coming back later. That's what everyone's saying. It's very exciting. Yeah, so I think that I think the average is going to be for this episode when Anthony pulls everything up, probably between like a 3 and a 4, which is very interesting. So
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys ready to move into the introduction of a certain
guys.
I love this episode. I love 48 Hours.
I'm just remembering.
Me too.
When David kept David Hewlett on when we joined the call one time, and then I died. I was like, oh my god, it's my crush. Like honestly, like if I had there's the pass list that I don't believe in, but like the
the free pass,
the free pass. It's not real because I've met David Hewlett plenty of times, so that's not legit. But if whatever reason, something crazy happened, David Hewlett is my #1 free pass. #1.
Oh, you guys.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
But now let's go ahead and
I love him.
Let's go ahead and get started with it.
Okay.
Pull this up
Ready
here.
to rock and roll.
But I have a really normal crush on David Hewlett. Okay, I don't want anything else.
Not an unusual crush, just a normal crush.
Just a normal level crush.
Yeah.
48 hours. Yes.
Let's go.
All right. In 5, 4, 3. My name is David Reed. I'm with Nicole Rodriguez-Galdo.
Hello.
Yvie Cahill.
Hello.
And you're watching a lot of gasoline getting blown up in 48
and a lot
hours.
of this footage gets used up in the intros to come.
Yes.
It does.
It's so good.
Yeah. So apparently this episode was originally entitled Teal'c Interrupted. And a Redditor called it the one where Teal'c takes a nap after getting his revenge. He'd sleep very soundly, I'd think, as well.
He didn't really get the sleep. He was just a bit on the other side. He was exhausted.
Exactly. Yeah. So Teal'c is using the staff cannon that he salvaged from the destroyed Death Glider in The Fifth Man. And we also see an alternate Teal'c with the same weapon in Ripple Effect.
Damn right we do. They were a sexy team.
Oh, here we go.
And we're seeing the Elkesh mid-range bomber in action again.
Jordan messaged, we were watching this in sync, and then he literally starts it, and then because he was looking down at his phone to text me, he looks up and goes, "Wait, did Tanith just die?" And I missed it. And I was like, "Yes, he did."
Yeah.
It is a blink and you miss it thing.
It's so stupid.
So Tanith was actually CGI generated, I believe, in the scene. He was supposed to have a big fight with Teal'c, but Peter Wingfield couldn't make it.
Yeah, he wasn't available.
So Tanith had a very unremarkable exit.
Yep.
And I think he's the 8th Gwawul defeated by SG-1.
Wow.
Woo woo. Also, Lockwatcher said from commentary, burned a lot of diesel fuel in this one, which is what David just said. Look at you.
Yes.
You cutie.
This is the first episode where I think we see a Stargate severed like that. And, the later episodes, they survive nukes. So,
That's true. Yeah.
That Elkesh must have been packing something. So.
It must have been. Yeah. So, obviously, as we've just said before, this episode does introduce David Hewlett as Dr. McKay. So this is his first of 7 appearances in SG-1, and he'll captivate us again in 99 episodes of Atlantis. And beyond
Damn right.
Stargate, he's
Technically
appeared
100.
in hits like The Cabinet of Curiosities and The Shape of Water. And off screen, David does champion education through his Tech Bandits platform, inspiring kids in STEM fields. And he also was behind, I think, an AI-powered head tracking mouse developed with Google in 23, and he contributes to educational initiatives at the University of Toronto. So in short, he's
such
just
a
an
dream
incredibly remarkable human.
What a guy.
He's a great guy.
And this episode does also feature returning characters like Mayborn, Major Davis, Adrian Conrad,
Simmons,
Chekhov, and Simmons.
Beautiful lips. I was going to say the beautiful lips. Can't forget him.
Yes. So apparently, and I couldn't actually verify this, but apparently sound clips from this episode were or are featured on Soma FM's Secret Agent music channel. But yeah, like I said, I couldn't verify that.
From what part of it?
I don't know. It must be like introductions or something.
Interesting.
Like at the start of the program. Also, like Carter just requested a Malp, but shouldn't there already have been one on the planet?
I
Like
would think
sent ahead
so.
of the team to
Yeah.
scout.
Maybe it was done a few days ago.
Yeah, maybe. Also, you might have noticed as well that despite the SGC using the Beta Stargate from Antarctica, the point of origin symbol at
It's
the
still
start of
there.
this
Always
scene
It
will
always
be.
is,
Yeah, it was
yeah.
still
I
there.
just
Yeah.
posted on Twitter a couple of weeks ago. Someone had edited in the Beta
correct
Gate.
symbol?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
For
cool.
a,
I missed
for
that.
a-
I'll have to look back.
For episode intros for the time period that it was using that
Love it.
that Stargate.
Oh,
I want to thank that
awesome.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah, abort before you delete Teal'c.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they wouldn't be able to connect, so would they delete Teal'c?
Ooh.
I think the whole point is that once the wormhole... No, I think the wormhole can engage, and by that stage, it, like, erases the buffer.
Yeah, but it's not going
But
to...
isn't
they're not
the
going
gate
to a
on the other
planet
side
that
gone?
doesn't exist anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
See?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
These
I
little
see what you mean.
details. Yeah. Once
Yeah.
the wormhole
Yeah.
connects, then yeah, he's gone. So
Yeah. But I think maybe this just raised a point of just like any further times they try and gate, they shouldn't gate. So that's pretty cool.
Hmm.
I'm just thinking about like how McKay is the worst in this episode, right? But then when we see him
Yes,
in
he
season
is.
6, he's actually become kind of charming. Like he's kind of a less of a douche.
Yes.
Mhm.
And even Sam kind of
yes.
flirts with him a bit, and then she like makes a bunch
She
of jokes
does.
about, and I'm like, oh, like even I was kind of into it, but not really, but sort of. You know, you can have fun. It's okay. She doesn't have to just be with Jack all the time.
Well, she does marry him in an alternate
Sure
reality.
does.
Damn
so-
right.
But
That made
then
me
also
really happy.
divorces him. So
Yeah. I
so,
did. No, go
yeah,
go
you
ahead.
go.
No,
No, you go.
No, you go.
You're probably more on point. I wasn't.
No,
on
I'm
point,
not. You're
so-
more on point. Go for it.
Oh my God. So I was just going to say that Teal'c's incident is slightly but crucially different from SG-1's intentional action in Red Sky with the Maclarium. So their Carter disrupted the wormhole early, making the payload turn into basic elements in the sun. But for Teal'c, his energy fully reached Earth's Stargate, but didn't form into his physical self. So it kind of like all comes down to timing, like mere
Very
fractions of a
funny
second.
that
Yeah.
that can be so, troubling.
Yes.
How was that not on point? You're very on point, Evie.
It was on point, but not from what you were discussing.
It's fine. It's the episode.
So she's establishing here that if we don't block other teams coming through,
Teal'c's
she's
gonna get
going
deleted.
To, yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Awful. Yeah. Oh, she's going to put the iris slightly closer, isn't she? To
Yep.
stop it. As if, like, sealing the gate. Spicy. Put that in the trivia, David.
Absolutely.
It's funny, when I had to think about questions and my brain's, like, just short circuits. But when I'm watching the episodes, I'm like, oh, yeah, that's a great one.
I'm the same. I've actually been trying to write them down as they come to my head.
You.
Just for some future trivia episode, maybe.
You clever wench.
I'm trying to be organized.
I need to do that as well.
So the Russians are storing the Egyptian gate somewhere.
Yes, they are very cheeky.
Yeah.
So they just, I would have loved to have seen where this is being stored, because all these teams get spat out in Russia.
Which I absolutely loved. So I spoke to Jeff Golker about this, and I think I asked him what his favorite character was in Stargate when we were like discussing, and I think he said that like hands down, like like with Atlantis, it's McKay. McKay is just the best. I think his other favorite was Jack, so Jack and McKay are his two favorites, and I was like 100%.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think McKay's probably my favorite.
He's
as well
the integral part of Atlantis. He makes
he's frustrating,
stories.
but
yes, he is frustrating, but that's why we love him. Yeah, I think that's what he said. If I will correct myself in the comments later on if I was wrong, but definitely McKay's one of them.
So Kaufman in her Gate World review actually praised the director Peter West, giving special attention to this scene here with Sam and Jack in the control room. She actually highlighted how striking it was to see the reflection of the Stargate superimposed over the map in the control room.
Yep.
And we saw it just a second ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
The gate is a presence, and that's one of the things that I loved about, especially like look at Redemption Part 1. You know, you see during Dreyok's funeral, you see the gate lit in the background. You know, even if it's out of focus, it always has a presence. And one of the things in Atlantis that I really resented was that there was no physical off-world Atlantis gate. It was CG'd in when it was needed. So there are these random moments that you never get to see the Stargate in a show that's called Stargate. You know,
that's true.
It as a character is never present except when you're in the Atlantis gate room.
Yeah. So just then, like Jack's silence, you could just sort of picture that like monkey clanging cymbals together over Jack's head,
that's
like
literally
Homer.
what I was thinking.
I still argue whatever's going on in there is a cartoon.
Yes, it 100%.
It's like The Simpsons. It's like he's going to sing like The Simpsons, and he's singing the monkey with the slamming the things together.
Hey,
yeah. Hey. I do love that he was like, "Can I get you some coffee?" In Redemption, he's going to be like, doesn't he offer like food or cake or something when they're talking in Redemption?
Always doing something.
Yeah. He's like, I can't help. Food?
Red Square.
Is that what it's called?
It's called Red Square. And I almost went. Because I got stuck in Moscow.
Oh no!
Years ago.
That sounds like a story.
It was.
I really want to like visit Russia, but I don't think right now is a really good idea.
Not right now.
Based on everything.
No.
One day.
One day.
Ah, Colonel Chekhov.
I honestly, I love this guy. My guy, he is
Gary Chalk, great human being.
Excellent. Yeah.
Yes.
And when he talks in Russian, he apparently sounds like Stalin.
Yes.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Yeah, Teal'c.
I love Paul Davis and Daniel's banter.
Such a good team.
There's a great set.
I was gonna say like
small victories, excellent.
Yeah, they do really have an awesome dynamic. And the actors do play the roles really well in their scenes together. So someone on Reddit mentioned how the scenes in Russia here reflect the lingering Cold War mentality that's
correct.
Tough to shake off for both the US Air Force and the Russian military.
Yeah. I didn't know anything about like America and Russia having beef. I remember just like watching Stargate and learning from this that there was ever an issue, because I obviously hadn't gotten to that part of school yet where they taught you that. So they didn't really teach us that either. Actually, they taught us like early Russia stuff, but not this.
Yeah, we'd learn about the Russian Revolution.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we never really heard about the Cold War. I'm assuming that's like
nothing recent though. Yeah.
This is a great scene.
Yeah.
They're all. He's just stuck.
Stargate,
He's not going home. Yeah, he's
he can't do
there.
anything to help. He's just going to stay there to support, which is what I love. Like he's always there to help
he's just
Sam
there
when
and,
she's doing
like,
her sciencey
physically
stuff.
there. Yeah,
that's all that matters, is that he's there. Oh, the way he touches him as well. Like he's like, "Hey, you okay?" It's cute. And no, he's not going to go home. His bestie's stuck in the gate. This show is
he's
like
not going to rest.
The reason this is one of my favorite TV shows ever is that you can put all these people in a room with each other and other people, and the chemistry is always like firing off.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah,
It's because they're good. They're good characters, and they're
good
well
characters
acted.
and good actors,
and
yeah.
they have great writers behind them. It's that damn Jaffa revenge thing.
yeah.
I love that he always gets like brought down with it. You know, like Teal'c always does something a little silly, like with Tanith.
Yeah.
Put things in the bin.
Guys, wait for it. Wait for it. It's coming. It's coming.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my
It's
god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's coming.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, there it is.
And we're about to have one of the greatest transitions in the entire show. The smile of Amanda Tapping as Samantha Carter, connecting with another great scientist, and it's about to be completely wiped away when, more words come out of his mouth.
Not really.
More words come out of his mouth.
And there it's gone.
Such a
There it goes.
monster.
And it never comes back.
I know. It's
Not
funny.
really.
So I think like Rodney does have a bit of like a detached observer vibe. Like I'm kind of reminded of Frasier's son Freddie in Frasier, who watches other kids play instead of joining in. So McKay probably sort of views this as like more objective because he's not personally involved with Teal'c and hasn't experienced the gate or any off-world trouble firsthand. So I think he's like almost intimidated by Sam and feels like overshadowed by her direct experience with the gate compared to his own like theoretical knowledge. And I think in your interview with David Hewlett on Dial the Gate, David, you discussed whether McKay or Sam were smarter. Yeah. And the conclusion was that while McKay might have the edge intellectually, Sam excelled in interpersonal skills. And I think this distinction between intelligence and humanity is apparent even from this like very first meeting.
Look at them out there.
And we don't technically find out, I think, McKay's first name until
supposedly representing your country.
The Atlantis premiere Rising. And then later, obviously, in season 3, we find out his full name is Meredith Rodney McKay.
Meredith McKay.
Oh, Rodney, he didn't get a first name until Atlantis?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
It's not mentioned in this episode. Yeah, it remains a mystery until the Atlantis premiere Rising. Okay. Yeah.
There we go.
So I think that McKay is smarter than Sam, but only in that in Atlantis, almost every single episode is McKay having to fix some sort of problem, while in SG-1,
that's true.
There's a good balance of Sam, Jack, Daniel, and Teal'c themed episodes. So Sam's not always stretching those muscles, and she's not always just science. She's also military. She's also family.
Well, I think that's it. Yeah, I think her character's just
too many.
I don't know if well-rounded is right, but I think the fact that she is having to sort of split her focus between science and the military does help.
While McKay does not ever split his focus, and he's arrogant, and he won't stop till he's accomplished his goal, and that's why you just get to see it more. You get to see him shine more in that one thing, which is why I say that he's the smarter one in that one aspect.
Yeah, I love Chekhov's point here that their gate does not have a working. I don't think it has a working iris right now.
No, it doesn't. So they're opening them up themselves up to like potentially a world of trouble.
Yeah, exactly. While it remains unburied, so to speak. So.
This scene.
Here we go. This is such a good episode.
This is great. I love the chase around the truck.
I didn't shoot you, Jack.
So gonna kick your ass. I don't care. People's watching.
I trusted you. Oh.
You might.
So good. Simmons. I love these people being like, what the F is going on?
I don't know. They all look pretty casual to me.
Well, there are a couple of people in there being like, huh? Yeah, that's fair. God, you're just so... Oh, I love him. I want to give him a big hug.
The warning
and I want to give him a guango.
Give him a hug and a guango.
Yeah, he deserves it.
There's a ton of civilians around right now.
Yeah, there is.
I don't think anyone's standing close enough.
With Cassidy.
David or Sean.
Butch.
Also,
Kid.
the accent
universe.
in aren't actually in Colorado. Apparently, it's a Canadian chain.
I love how he turned around right there. We talked about it when we were with him in person, you know, because he's like, I'm gonna come right at him and say, do you really believe that I did what they're suggesting? No, he doesn't.
No. He's like honestly my favorite bad guy. He's so complex.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah.
my other favorite bad guy. Hello.
Yes, because you have no interpersonal skills.
Yeah, he's gonna call her a dumb blonde in 5 minutes, which made me mad. I hated it.
I
didn't want to watch Atlantis.
Awful.
I hadn't seen season 6. I knew it was in Atlantis, and I refused to watch it.
Yeah.
And then suddenly, I was in love.
Yeah, but then also like, I don't know. He does that little bum pinch in Mobius, which I didn't like either.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah.
He like puts his hand on her bum.
I feel like Atlantis really put him straight. Like he learned how to be less
him in
of the
Atlantis.
Well, you
I
see
really
all
love
angles
him.
of him, so
Yeah.
you understand him more.
Yeah.
So it ignores half of the signals that the Stargate generates.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, McKay's not entirely wrong.
He's not.
Like,
No, he's not. But
that's
he's just been very blunt about how
the
he
problem
delivers the message.
He doesn't care about being nice. He just cares about getting it done.
Yeah.
And she's also
kind of
correct.
annoying.
She presents the risk. She doesn't decide.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think he kind of I guess lacks perspective in a way.
That's the thing, yeah. But Atlantis teaches him perspective. Right now he doesn't have it. Because he's also put the ticking timer on Teal'c. He's the one who said that
exactly
that like essentially he's come in and given Teal'c a death sentence, which pisses me off because I love Teal'c and like screw McKay, but like I love McKay. So
so they're
right now
talking about the DHD, and the number one question that I saw asked online about this episode was related to the location. Was related to the location of the DHD in Solitudes that was used by the rogue NID in Touchstone.
It was one of the oldest in the network, and it died.
Yeah, we don't get this answer until like the next season in Frozen, I believe, when Carter has to mention that the gate dying was like the gate died shortly after it was brought back to Area
the DHD.
51. So gate, the DHD. So I think it would have been helpful, I think, if they addressed this concern a little bit earlier, like maybe in this episode, but it's fine.
Do I have a choice? Jeez.
God, I hate you. I hate you so much. You beautiful man.
Yeah, he's about to utter some very menacing threats through those very beautiful lips.
Yeah, honestly, it makes me so angry. I don't know what's going on in season 5, but like I Nicole's brain is like so I don't know what kind of hormones are going through me right now, but everyone is beautiful. So
here we go. I have Adrian Conrad.
How'd you get that? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. He's just
Where are you
basically
hiding
just admitted it.
The guy's so disgusting.
Mm.
Yeah.
Ugh. Shut up.
Dude is a bad guy.
Yeah.
They should all just start carrying recording devices in their pocket.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is his office bugged?
Like when the slimy guy walks in, bug yourself.
Yeah.
Well, luckily they have Mayborn, who's like gonna do some stuff. So we've got our own slimy guy. Are you still on that beer and mustard diet?
Yes. Does he bring it up?
No,
I don't think he does. Yeah. I'm bringing it up.
But at least he's like using a satellite uplink now or something where they can't track him.
Yeah, it's like bouncing off a few different servers or something, I think he says. So they'd be dizzy chasing him around for a month.
Ian said I had to censor at least 3 jokes while Nicole was talking about McKay. Then here comes Mr. Sexy Lips. I'm censoring myself. Don't worry, Ian. Yeah, what did he ask for?
A hand device.
Oh, spicy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you know? This is the thing that I love, is that Simmons thinks he's got these guys by the testes, but like
Yes.
they got this slimy guy in their pocket who's becoming less and less slimy, so it's
Yeah.
excellent.
Wait, I love Davis getting mad.
Mm-hmm. He gets pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're being pretty nice.
Yeah, he's usually like, his temper is usually like pretty moderate, but yeah, he gets really passionate here, which I love.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm on his side right now.
Yeah, but I mean, we've been dangling them for a while now. We at least need to give them a team. Give them a unit.
We need to give them something.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
they
they're
can't
making
expect
demands because
yeah,
of
well,
this.
they can't expect to get so much for nothing.
I mean,
Yeah.
they understand that we're giving them all the information that comes through, but they have no way of knowing that for sure, and I don't blame
Exactly,
them.
they want someone in there.
So,
I
yeah.
agree. If the roles were reversed, like America would want the same thing.
Yeah,
so.
if Russia, Vladimir Putin's Russia, has a Stargate program, and it was revealed that they're
we
communicating
beefing.
with aliens
We are
Yeah.
beefing.
and building alliances, God knows.
World War III.
Yeah.
And there is actually a moment in season 8 where they go to almost World War III, which is a really terrifying concept. So
Yep.
yeah, I love that. I love that Daniel's
Put it on the
like,
table.
Let's go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
need it.
Yeah.
It does.
Do we need to give you back Alaska?
Yeah.
Gary does great in this role.
He does.
Yeah. Let Daniel do the talking.
He's not wrong.
Dear, oh dear.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they aren't sharing the technological information that they obtain yet.
I really hope
Yeah.
that if aliens ever do come to like kick our butts, that we do all like, team up every country
together.
really, really politely, and we don't do this.
Like an Independence Day?
Yes.
Yes.
Be nice.
I think a lot of us would have to be wiped out before that actually happened. Then we'd probably
Yeah, which is
start
quite
a
sad.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very sad.
legitimate organization.
So I couldn't find this, but I saw somewhere that apparently the HTML code for this website is entitled "So You Want to Be a Hacker," but I couldn't get a clear enough look on it. So
Is it coming up?
no, I think it was on there before,
Oh, okay.
like when he was looking at the website and
Okay.
the camera came in from behind. There is a spelling mistake coming up.
Oh,
So
sure.
in a few
That happens a
seconds,
lot.
you'll notice the NID flight data that Mayborn shows Jack misspells Dakota as Dakota with a D,
Yep.
D-A. And the spelling is correct for the second flight listed, though. So I don't know. It looks like it was deliberately done.
Look at his face.
He's so smug. I love it.
It
See,
sure is,
Dakota
Mr.
and then
Yeah.
Dakota.
Yeah.
Urias Tosh said cats would be seen by aliens as the rulers of Earth, judging by human-cat relations. I agree.
Yes. Yep. Yeah, including my house.
Oh, Blue Jelly,
So-
second episode in a
There
row.
we go.
Yes. I was going to say, so Rodney grabs a slice of cheesecake,
Yep.
which typically contains lemon or another form of citrus. So apparently this whole citrus thing is an inside joke among the producers of Stargate about a crew member who claimed to have a violent citrus allergy but unknowingly ate it regularly from a local restaurant without issue.
Mm. There was a whole sub fandom thing going on with this guy for years. That he was technically that he was quietly in love with Sam, and
And he just hates McKay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So slimy.
Are those potatoes? What are those? I guess
I
mashed
don't
potatoes.
know.
Yeah.
It might be potato.
What is it he
Damn, I really want a
got?
cheesecake.
Is it like
Some
a
sort of
stew?
Curry. It looks like a curry.
Yeah, some sort of stew or a curry, yeah.
Like, to me, that looks like mashed potato, curry,
Yeah.
and like the only thing missing there is rice.
Hey, a little bit of a smile out of him. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, this is the thing. Is that if he was less of a douche, these two have actually like amazing chemistry.
They really do. Yeah. And they can put aside their weirdness and
season
come
6.
up with some amazing
I've never
answers.
wanted anybody that isn't Sam and Jack to smash so hard. So
okay then.
God, look at this. They're having such a good like science to science brain.
Yeah, this is a good conversation from a technical level.
Kind of like he is very condescending.
He is, but they're like they're really like grinding each other's gears, and I'm into it. I read a Raylo fan fiction series by like this author who like started out doing that, and all her books are about two scientific minded people arguing and bickering, and I'm like, oh yes, McKay and Sam. So
he's just going to town on this.
He is listening to her, but
oh jeez.
You think.
I love him.
Yeah, but the DHD may be able to supply that.
Yeah.
A blob of teal'c.
Yeah, I was gonna say like that was it. What is that movie that he did? Was it Flubber? The thing that may he rest in peace did?
Yeah.
Robin Williams.
That's it, Robin Williams.
Oh, now we know that they've got the 48 hours from him.
Yes.
Deadline.
Yep.
Ooh.
Yep. Exactly.
Oh. Yeah.
So I understand that there was like a similar question about the lifespan of disassembled atoms in a transporter beam in Star Trek.
Yep. Yes, the
so
pattern
it took, like,
buffers
24
decay.
years.
The pattern buffers only last for a brief period. Sexy, very sexy.
Right.
He just goes back to work.
I think Scotty was like he survived for like 75 years
because
or something.
it was the transporter was in a diagnostic loop. Wasn't that the same house that was used in Absolute Power?
Innkeeper? Oh, Absolute Power.
Oh, yes.
Sure
yes,
looked
you
like
might be
it.
Right.
Yeah, with the fence in front of it.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Look at all these old monitors. Takes me
I
back.
know.
Safe house security monitoring system. Current active view.
So I was going to say before, Robert C. Cooper said that McKay was a standout character who popped on screen, which is why they brought him back. And he described McKay as being unlikable, likable.
Yeah, yes.
Meaning that while viewers may not take him like him first, he becomes more endearing over time.
Yep.
And initially he sort of came up as a villain. McKay's layers are peeled back to reveal qualities that audience grow to appreciate. So I guess in essence, he's like an acquired taste, kind of like Lemon.
Kind of like me.
And Robert C. believes that giving a character unlikable traits adds depth and
those are my favorite characters.
Yep.
100%.
Rob also go ahead.
Yeah, sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that he was calling for the guards, and they all had names of members of the writing team. So there's Joe, Paul, and Peter.
Brilliant.
And we just had him on Dial-A-Gate.
You had
he
a great
was
talk with him.
fantastic.
Yes,
he was so thorough.
He's
I love
he is a handsome man. Like
he is.
I was like,
I saw him and I went, oh my God, you've aged beautifully.
Yeah.
Is what I thought. I never thought I'd be into Adrian Conrad, but damn, they're getting better as they get older.
Me too.
I really just love how like David is rewatching Stargate with us, and then he'll be like, "Oh, to bring
It's
that person
inspiring.
Stargate."
Yeah, Robert Maloney.
Yeah, you brought Boren in the
Yeah.
other day. It was excellent.
That boring guy.
That boring guy.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
And some of
it's
them are
good.
more
It's,
thorough
like,
than others,
relevant.
but I'm just so thankful that as many of them are wanting to contribute as possible. So
Yeah, it's nice to know as much as possible, and that we're still getting Stargate in all shapes and forms still to this day. So
there we go. Hey, what's up? Good to see you again.
You butt.
You butt.
I don't want to say anything else. I was going to say a bunch of bad words and I said butt.
You butt face.
Yeah, butt face. He doesn't actually have a butt face, though, so I can't call him that. Russia.
Russia. Was
that like CGI Russia, or was that like an actor?
It's stock footage.
The people,
Stock
I was
footage,
going to say the people looked weird.
Yeah, it's
like
stock
they were
footage from
walking
Red
kind of
Square.
strange.
Yeah.
They're like they're hobbling about a little bit. Like
Should we be
like
talking in
the
here?
old people. Yeah, like, Daniel's
That's
so cute.
funny. I'm sure they're
Yeah, it's
listening.
100%
I love the way he's like, the
bugged.
room is bugged. Yeah, get over it. We're gonna have this conversation.
Well, he's like, they already know what we're talking about, so
Yeah.
I see Davis's issue with this. You know, if we give them this technology, we don't know who they're working with because they are working with countries who are against
Daniel's
our
point though
interests.
really gets to me, whereas like you can blow us up 200 times instead of 100.
Yeah, that's true.
Like it literally doesn't make a difference in the end.
Based on our agreement, we do owe that to them.
Yeah. We're being slimy. Okay, well. It is, though.
it's not that easy. Yeah, but it's not that easy.
Yeah, but they can duplicate the tech and give it to someone else.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But again, 200 times instead of 100 times. Just same thing. Oh, see, I remember when I was a kid and I first heard this and I was like, what? What? I couldn't fathom it that we're so petty. So.
Welcome to politics.
It honestly makes me so angry.
A lot of people resent this aspect of the show. I love it.
Why?
Because it's not about it's not about going to other worlds and, discovering something about our characters. It's about the internal machinations of the consequences to going to other planets.
I think
it's necessary.
I got that in stereo.
It gives the program gives the program more balance.
Yeah.
I think that this show, like these episodes, add so many layers to Stargate. Like Ronnie Cox coming in and throwing a massive spanner in the works, and then when Mayborn first turned up, throwing his spanner in the works. Like anytime these people come in, it's always adding an extra layer of, hey, we're doing our job, but also can we do our job properly?
Yeah, there's more spanners than a hardware store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dear, oh dear.
Doesn't really care about the host.
No. Exactly.
Yeah,
and he's about to reference Desperate Measures.
Yeah. This is the thing. It's like you value human life, but to a point. Adrian Conrad's a douche, so he doesn't mind him going.
So he has confirmed that he does know something, or he's implying that he does.
I'm not gonna lie, I feel like a lot of Gould are just like really scientifically stupid. So having this Gould know stuff, I'm like, whoa.
That's why I really
Where'd you get
appreciate
brains?
Nirti. Yeah.
Yeah, because she's actually smart.
Yeah.
So many of them are just overdressed, pompous douches. I'm saying
Yes.
douche a lot because if I say it, I don't want to swear. So yeah, I think Teal would rather we shoot you.
Like what? Better accommodations?
Yeah. Maybe some chicken.
Yeah, he's just had an idea.
Or maybe the hand device.
Just had an idea. We don't need him after all.
Oh yeah, because the camera in the room.
Because the camera, yeah.
That's correct. Yeah, and we are not on digital files completely yet.
Add it to the trivia.
No.
Yeah.
Good old VHS.
Saw a really depressing
What
meme
I
the
want to
other day,
know,
being like,
what
did you
I-
know the last time? When was the last time you watched a VHS tape? That might be the last time you ever do it. Sorry, carry on. You want to know what?
I
I was going to say, I want to know if the NID bothered to rewind the tape before telling it away, or do like Jack and Mayborn have to wait for it to
God.
rewind?
I bet that, be kind, rewind. Yeah.
Both, yeah, but mainly you.
Teal'c being interrupted was the best thing that could have happened to the Russians.
Yeah.
No,
Pretty convenient.
this is not going to work. We need it right now.
Yeah, we need it like literally today.
Yes, and they know that.
Fly back with us.
Oh, and by the way, remember the events of the tomb?
Yeah, and most of them died.
Yeah.
He's got the perfect response here. Yeah. Good nod to Zhukov.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like Zukov was under secret orders, as was
He
everyone
sure
else.
was. That, and
So
that's
why
what
they
killed
died.
them.
Yeah. So it's not America's fault, guys. It's your own inability to let things go. Everyone needs to just chill and just, let it go. Just chill out. I had to. It was there.
And it's about to go boom.
Yes.
I bet SG-2 feels really bad. Like, they're like, oh no.
Yeah, they would.
I bet Walter's at the gate right now going, oh my
Basically
god, I'm about
signing
to
his
kill Teal'c.
death warrant. Yeah.
Yeah. I would not want to be pushing the buttons, Honestly, on this kind of day, I'd want that kind of thing. What is it? What country is it that does the thing with the 3 buttons when you take someone out so that you don't know who did it?
Oh, it's yeah.
Yeah.
I love
want
how
that.
Hammond is just like, if I'm willing to resign. If I resign, will that get you the time that you need?
Oh,
And,
what a guy.
yeah.
What a goddamn hero.
Yeah.
Godspeed, guys. Quoting Hammond. That's the first time I ever heard Godspeed was said.
So if you watch carefully, there's a continuity error where the first chevron lock is heard while Sam is in the briefing room, and then 6 seconds later we see and hear the first chevron lock again.
Well, be my guest.
Yeah. Yep.
Also, we're about to see, I believe it's Tracy Westerholm, who plays this SF here. So this actually is her 9th appearance out of 10 in Stargate.
Was she one of the
every season so far.
We both
every season so far. So I understand that maybe she was Amanda Tapping's stand-in sometimes. Plus, she actually shared the screen with IDA in a 1989 episode of MacGyver.
Well, there we go. Abort the dialing sequence. Here we go.
I will say, the reason I recognize her so much is because I remember growing up, and when I saw the episode of Hathor, I remember looking at her and going, she is beautiful, and being like, I want to look like her when I grow up, was what I thought. Yeah.
Yep.
Sadly, it didn't work out that way. But I could still dream.
You are stunning in a different way.
Hush now, this is not what I'm looking for. So are you.
Boom.
Those chairs weren't in there a minute ago when Jack went in.
No, they bring him in when they're sitting and doing their thing. Yeah.
That's hilarious that Simmons is like, right, I want nice furniture while I do this.
And Rodney could have a point.
He does. But he does this on Atlantis all the time. He argues the point and then does the stupid thing anyway, and it always works. So. So are you. Just wait till you use the explosion of a volcano to jump into the atmosphere of a planet.
So in a Reddit thread about this episode, fans were debating when McKay stopped being an arse. And one person suggested he sorted himself out during his Russian stint.
Yeah.
Somebody else
agreed.
Somebody now said, in Russia, stinting sorts you.
Yeah, also the food. He's complaining about the food in Russia.
See, I don't see any beef with Russian food because
neither do I.
I love this line right here. This really sucks the way he says it. This is great.
Yeah. It's like emotional.
He's running. He's like, no, I've got to go talk to my superiors. This is bull.
Oh gosh, that's so funny. Exit
Jack's
Rodney.
Jack's like, I haven't really spoken to this guy. He's like, he really is the worst.
Yeah. And when he comes back into Redemption, well, hello, Major. Oh man.
Oh, it's so good. My favorite thing is when they're talking about like when which direction the device should be pointing at, and she's making fun of him, and he's like,
at the gate.
You're good.
At the gate, yes.
Their flirting is actually very cute.
Yep.
So you'll notice as well when Teal'c comes through the gate again, his laces are untied. So yeah, they must have been like scrambled in transit, I guess.
This could have been.
Yeah.
Ian said half a solar system. So a thing about the McKay thing, isn't it? I don't remember actually the amount, but
it's 5/8.
But is it 5/8 or something?
Yeah, it's an odd fraction.
Someone says like a quarter, and he goes 5/8 actually, which is worse. And it's like,
yeah, it's not an exact science.
I'm so bad with fractions.
5/6.
Yeah.
Awful.
Here we go. And it's not exactly a puddle. It's a puddle. It's kind of a
weird-
puddle.
It's kind of like
kind
the
of
puddle
like a-
Daniel
Yeah.
goes through
like a ghost
when he
of a
dies.
puddle.
Yeah, like an
Yeah.
ancient ascended puddle.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, look, that's what
it is
Daniel
like
goes
these,
through.
Yeah,
Yes,
kind
you're
of, very
right.
much so.
Yeah.
But honestly, I feel like everyone's always like covering their eyes during bright scenes, but Amanda has these big, beautiful blue eyes where I feel like she can just look into the sun and she'll be fine.
Yep.
She like never squints when stuff shines in her eyes.
So I'm glad that Tilk is like reintegrated by the gate in one piece.
Yeah,
it
hope
always
he doesn't lose
reminds me
anyway.
of that creature in Galaxy Quest that ends
Oh,
up
yeah,
inside out of the Bosch
yeah.
transport.
Anatomic inversion. Yeah. All right,
We
add
did
it
as
to our
well that,
bill. Just add it to our bill.
So Sam wasn't quick to jump in with her, I can fix that, like she does in Mobius.
Oh yeah, he's
So do you
definitely
think it's,
untied. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't you think it's kind of odd that Tilk, like,
Just don't even
thinking that
question
only
it.
seconds has passed,
Doesn't
doesn't
even
like
question it.
doesn't ask them why they're wearing different clothes?
It's just like a typical day in the office, you know?
Yes.
It's like, you nearly died. No. Didn't. Yeah, look, we thought we lost you again. Nah,
Aw.
never.
It's like, I'm feeling normal, feeling fine.
Yeah, what is transport? You ask now.
Never.
Never. That should also be in the trivia, and Evie and I should be on the same
So-
team because we'll know that one.
So someone on Reddit said that they thought McKay was as unpleasant as Kinsey, but without any charm. And
How dare
someone
they?
else drew parallels between McKay's character development and Mayborn's. They said that fans initially wanted McKay to suck on a lemon after
Right.
his debut, but later found themselves emotionally moved by his performance in The Shrine. And I
Yep. It
took
totally
him till
agree, 'cause I
then?
hated
Wow.
him. I hated him in these episodes, but loved him in the
I
end.
loved him. Yeah.
I
Season 6 when I loved him.
when Hewlett came back for Redemption, I was really excited because it gave Sam someone to really
Bounce
Play
off.
with.
bounce off of. Yeah.
Mm.
She's so nice to everyone that she doesn't really get to beef with anybody.
Right, you know, you can't have her be like against Frasier. They have to be friends. They don't want
Yep.
them to be enemies. They could
We
be, but it
don't
wouldn't
need
have
like a
been as
girly
good.
power struggle.
Right, you know, and frankly, I would have if there was a female McKay. I thought it would have been awesome. So yeah, it's David does a great job. So that was
Love
48
it.
hours, everyone. Hi guys.
Just thinking about how much I love
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
If
should
you're
I go?
enjoying the
I can go
episode,
first.
click the like button. It really makes
Yeah,
a
give us a
difference.
like,
Yes,
please.
Yes.
Please do.
Those pity
please.
likes. You know how much I like calling them that.
Please, Evie, proceed.
Okay, so I really enjoy this episode. I think it's well written. It's very well cast. I love all of the little characters that have returned for this episode. Including Mayborn and Simmons, as much as I hate Simmons. And I do love, as we've been discussing for the past hour, David Hewlett. I think he's fantastic in this role, as much as I hate the way that he speaks to Sam. I think it is great to have his character introduced because it does give Sam someone to spar with on an intellectual level, because they always just take what she says as kind of the absolute truth because they don't
They
know.
don't have another point of view.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think it is good that you've got someone else who's, challenging her theories and, coming up with theories of their own. He just has no interpersonal skills, so
Correct.
he doesn't know how to deliver that information in a less cocky way. But yeah, I really do like this episode, and I think it would be I think it's probably a 6 for me. The only downside being obviously we don't get a lot of Tilk, but
We
he
often
does get
don't
his
get a lot of
revenge in the
Stupid
end.
death. Tanith
He
dying
does
like that. That
he
was
does
dumb.
get his revenge in the end. So yeah.
Yep, absolutely. I give this a 5. The introduction of McKay is huge. The peak of the Simmons arc and the return of Adrian Conrad, these things are just really moving. So I love all of the interlocking
5, so
parts from all the previous episodes with the Russians and everything else. This is Stargate, really when it's cooking with gas, because everything is coming into play and moving all of these different stories forward. The scene with Jack and Hammond is great, but really the one that takes the cake is the scene between Sam and Rodney, because it's not just gobbledygook. It does make sense given the context of what it is that we have been dealing with. So it works. It works, and I love the scenes between Paul and Daniel, and their interchange with Colonel Chekhov and everything. All of the little scenes in this episode, all of the 2-handers or 3-handers work. They just do. It's just a 5. It's a 5 out of me.
Yeah, so I think that apart from Tanith's silly death, I think this episode is pretty spot on with just every interaction. My favorite thing about season 5 is that because obviously they were like going to be switching networks, they didn't know if they were going to get renewed. They were wrapping up a lot of things. So they brought back Simmons, they brought in McKay, they brought back Adrian Conrad, they brought back Mayborn. They were just, everything was kind of, coming back. Davis, everyone's coming back in some way, shape, or form. I got a pen in my hand. Don't ask me why I was clicking it. I just really enjoyed all these interactions. I was actually thinking as well, McKay, he's like so nasty to Sam and misogynistic, right? You never see him talk that way to Dr. Weir or Taylor in Atlantis. There are like certain boundaries he doesn't cross there. It's like he'd stopped being as sexist when he like went to Russia. So I think you are right. I think maybe he learned something to just not be so nasty.
In Russia stint sorts you, I think is true.
I think that this episode is just phenomenal. It's the one DVD in season 5 I rewatched the most, as I said earlier, for silly reasons, because I didn't have a remote. And it was good. And I think that just these 4 episodes in particular are like the perfect like middle chunk of season 5 for me. There's so much going on, and I think this episode for me is a 7.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
It's one of my all-time favorites.
Okay.
I think it's excellent. I think because also the politics is so important, and it's there's a lot of cool stuff. And there's some great explosions at the beginning.
I will be having a 7 very soon as well. So
I think I'm gonna.
Oh, I
wait,
think I know
we got
where you're
Summit
gonna be
and
a
Last
7.
Stand next. David.
Summit for sure. Last Stand is probably a 6. But Summit I watched like 3 or 4 times that week. I couldn't get enough of it. You know, and then Last Stand failed to meet expectations. It came close though. I was really Sarah Gardner's always been my favorite character.
I know
Osiris, and I was really looking forward to that conversation when we get back to them. And he pricks her, and she forgets. And it's like, come on. So
I was gonna do that Chandler thing from Friends for you and me, David, because I think we really agree on how much we love the next episodes. That is good, like that thing that he does in Friends where he goes. He does that like you, me, like it's like may Matthew Perry rest in peace.
Absolutely.
But I don't throw out 7s often, and I've been waiting to give something a 7, and this was
there. You go. It works.
Other than Threshold, that was also a 7.
We
so it's been a while.
are out of town for July.
Yes, and I need to do the ratings, David, for other people.
Okay, proceed.
Thank you. Then we can talk about being out of town.
Sorry, I'm really tired. I'm itching to go.
It's okay,
so go
David.
ahead.
It's okay.
Go ahead.
It's okay. Sorry if I was sassy there. I wasn't trying to be.
No, it's all right. I apologize.
No, don't apologize. Anthony says, this is a 5 for me. 1 for Delancey, 1 for Macbeth, 1 for Marchand, and 2 for the episode. Isn't Carter the female McKay is what Ian said, to a degree, like with brains. I don't know about much else though. Gecko Fett, 6 out of 7 for me. Candy Mitch, 7. Shimmering Victoria, 4. It would have been a 3 without the Jack and Mabel moments. I have no idea why I don't love it. Oh, that's okay. You're allowed to not love stuff.
Yeah.
Dan Ben, 6 out of 7. Jean Diarda, this is a 6. I don't like the plot, but seeing everyone in a single episode makes it feel like a movie, not an episode. That's why I like it. It feels like it's so much bigger. Everything is so important. Lockwatcher is a 7. Simmons with Hammond and McKay with Carter, filming in not Russia with Chekhov. Jack and Mayborn, priceless. Carter's amazing techno banter. Tanith is dead. This is Stargate in all caps. Yes, Lockwatcher. I could not put it better myself. Jacob, 6 chevrons. Great story. Numerous memorable guest performances. Lots of payoffs and some strong character moments, especially with Hammond for me. Love this episode. One of the season's highlights. Yes. For sure. Ian, I would say 5. It's a good episode, but not one of the best. Sharon Victoria said might be connected, might be because I'm not as connected to Atlantis or Rodney. That's fair. Jed Ted, 6 chefs for Blue Jello. Becca, 5 for me. Becca and I outsync again. It's okay. It's okay. Urias Tosh gives it a 6. And Lockwater says, David Reed, please enjoy your time away to recharge. Hope you are recharging and not just working somewhere else. David's always working somewhere else.
Well, the San Diego will be, but yeah, there's definitely some vacation in there. So thank you.
And Candy Mitch says McKay is besotted with Carter. He's a team boy when she's around or talking to her. I agree. I think it's just an immaturity thing. He really needs to like grow. And I'm excited to see him and Dr. Keller. And then Jacob said, have an amazing July. I'm looking forward to watching your San Diego panel. Right. So should we talk about July now?
So July, San Diego Comic-Con is going to be... When is it, guys? It's
21st is when I fly out, so it's a couple of days after that.
Yeah, so it's the 24th is preview night, July 24th to the 28th of July, Sunday. The following weekend, we will air the panel. There's a lot in flux right now. There was some people that I was hoping to get that things didn't fall through. So,
oh, no.
But there will be something. It's just not going to be as grand as I wanted it to be. You win some, you lose some.
I mean, I think it's pretty great that we're all getting to reunite again 2 years later.
For sure.
On the other side.
We will be shooting some shorter clips throughout the week for Dial the Gate specifically. So be sure to go over there and check. There are vendors who are selling Stargate merchandise, and we are covering them. So, yep.
I'm excited.
I
don't know what David...
with my wallet.
Yeah, same. I don't know what David has planned for Yvie and I. We're just kind of going to go along.
You're going to host those.
Like,
yeah.
I assumed when you said that. I was like, I just found out, guys. I didn't know.
Badges. You are going to be pressing people.
Yeah, well, we're doing that, but also we're going to that interview of the vampire New Orleans streets because I want to take Yvie there. David, I want to take you there if you're not busy. Well, apparently, it's going to be quite delightful.
We'll see. I've got 2 or 3 jobs while I'm there, so we'll see. I'll do what I can.
Fingers crossed.
Okay. Yeah.
But we're gone for until August sometime. Yep. Do we know what time? When we're going to be coming back?
The first episode back is...
Yeah, are we doing next week or are we skipping next week?
I'm leaving Wednesday. So
yeah, we're out till August.
My birthday's the 6th, and the 4th is going to be 4th of July. So Summit and Last Stand, Sunday, August the 4th at 1 p.m. Pacific. Yep. So that's the plan.
Right. Excellent. Okay. I'll have a few days to get over my jet lag. Yeah, so we're gone for a month, which is quite sad. But, it's like, thank God, though, by the way, because I'm melting in this country. Enough about it. Yeah, it is bad. So I'm glad that during summer, with David's so busy that it's like, great, I don't have to sit in this room and melt.
No. And you can ask for us to take breaks. You can do that. So
I'm not doing that just because it's hot, David. I'm just going to get over it.
Okay, that's fair. Yes. I think that those two are opposite of each other. But anyway.
So I'm trying to hold my tongue because I know that your houses are built to keep in the heat, but like your moderate 20s, I'm like
right, Yvie. Alexis Cruz stayed in my house, okay? And he has Latino
he's
blood
Puerto Rican
in him. He's Puerto Rican.
I know.
Yeah. And even he was in my house going, I need a fan on. He had the fan on for a week and a half. Facing his bed the whole time. I'd wake up, go to work, come back, and he'd be sitting in there with the fan on. I'd be like, "You okay?" I'm like, "That fan's gonna burn out. The motor's gonna go."
He's used to being, You're in winter now, aren't you?
I am. Yeah.
What's the Celsius? What's the temperature there right now? Early in the morning.
It's about 7 degrees.
7 degrees C.
I miss it.
Fahrenheit. What is that? That's 44 Fahrenheit. That's not bad. Yeah,
it's
that's
lovely.
about what it's like here
lovely.
in Nashville in the winter. Yeah. It's not coat weather. It's jacket weather if you're going out to get the mail. It's coat weather if you're going to be staying out there. But
we Australians are very well, not me because I love the colds, but generally speaking, we are very sensitive to the colds because we are used to the constant heat. So you will see people wearing layers and layers of clothing when it's like 18 degrees, and I'm just like, this is fine. Like I can just wear a cardigan.
What specific city are you in? What specific suburb?
I'm in Perth. I'm in
technically
a
Perth.
Suburb called I'm like north of Perth.
What's the suburb
I'm
called?
in a suburb, Alkmaars.
Can you spell that for me?
A for alpha.
A-L-C.
K for kilo.
Okay.
I-M-O-S.
Alkmaars.
I'm going to say C and you went to K, and I was like,
curious to see your humidity levels right now. Because it's a desert, right?
Tosh said so Australians are from Florida. I feel like you're in worse than Florida.
Huh.
You guys have
Alkmaars, Washington, WA, Western Australia. Yeah, it's not too bad. Humidity is 88%. That's high. That's
ours?
Not desert.
Oh, I want to compete. Where's ours?
That's like rain. That's like heavy rain.
Our humidity is currently 81%.
Wow.
which is why we complain so much, because like you can't. Well, we're all just like
it's not a dry. Yeah, it's not a dry
heat.
heat.
It rained here yesterday and in Nashville, and my humidity is 70%. So
damn,
humidity's the worst.
it can be. Gilbert, where I lived before, it's 109 Fahrenheit. Currently 43 C right now. Humidity is 18%. So
Urias Tosh said, "Damn, chill. I wish I could. I wish it would be chill. It's not."
Guys, thank you for joining us. If you enjoyed the episode, click the like button. Enjoy July. Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
Yeah, miss us.
Keep it on dialthegate.com because we will be releasing clips.
Please. And can I just quickly say as well, happy pre-birthday to David.
Yeah, everyone's saying happy pre-birthday.
Thank you, guys.
David is here as well. Everyone's saying it in the chat.
41. So yep. Alrighty.
Sorry, Yvie, can I ask, what did you just hit? Are you okay to disclose that on the
the big one is next year.
God.
Okay.
So I'm 39.
Yeah.
So I haven't put the age thing up in a while. I'm 26.
Yeah, shut up.
Hector's 30 next year, so I'm scared for him. It's getting bad, so we need to move out.
How old is he gonna be next year?
30.
Oh, yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah, we need to move out.
Oh my god. 40. Yeah.
All right, guys.
Anyway,
y'all take care of yourselves out there. Please be well, and we'll see you in August.
Thanks,
yes,
guys.
we
We'll
will.
see you later.
Looking forward to it.
Bye.
Bye.